back, seems a long time ago now, in December, which meant they qualified directly for the last 16. Benfica dropped out of a Champions League group that contained Real Sociedad, Inter and Salzburg, and just edged through Toulouse in the last 32 last week to set up this tie with the Scottish Giants. So for Benfica then, their German manager Roger Schmidt, he makes 4 changes from that defeat to Porto. In come Alexander Ba, Florentino, David Neres and Artur Cabral to make a full lineup. Then in goal, the Ukrainian international Anatoly Trubin is in goal. Ba is at right back with the 2 centre halves, Antonio Silva and former Manchester City man Nicolas Otamendi, who was actually sent off on the hour mark of that game against Porto, so will be serving a domestic ban when they return to league action at the weekend. The Norwegian Fredrik Arsnes is at left back. Young midfielder João Neves, an 18-year-old, one of the hottest prospects in Portuguese football. He anchors the midfield with Florentino, who comes in for the Turkish international Orkun Kokcu, and another one of those changes. Rafa Silva is behind a front 3 that has 2 changes to it. In comes David Neres and Artur Cabral up front, with the other man on the wing, a very recognisable name in Angel Di Maria, who is back in Benfica, where it all started in Europe for him. For Rangers then, for Philippe Clement on his side, 2 changes from that defeat at the weekend. Coming into the side then, Tom Lawrence and Fabio Silva, a former Porto man, who I'm sure will get a lovely warm welcome here from the locals at the Estadio da Luz. One of them come in, Tom Lawrence, he's in for Ross McCausland, the young star for Rangers. He was concerned for him after he limped off in the first half on Saturday and was seen leaving Ibrox and crutches. However, the young Northern Ireland international is on the bench tonight, but not fit enough to start. So the full team then, Jack Butland is in goal, an unchanged back 4, the captain James Tavernier and Ridvan Yilmaz at full-backs with Connor Goldson and John Suter in the middle. It's a midfield duo of John Lundstrom and Mohamed Diamonde, with Tom Lawrence ahead of them. And then a front 3, then Dujon Sterling, the aforementioned Fabio Silva, and the Nigerian international Cyriel Dessers. So our referee this evening is Tobias Stieler, the German, and he gets us underway. As a reminder, you're listening to UEFA Europa League last 16 coverage here. Benfica versus Rangers, live on Flash Score UK. Benfica in their home strip, of course, red shirts, white shorts and red socks. Rangers in their change strip, white shirts with some blue pinstripes on them, blue shorts and white socks. As Benfica have the ball at the back here now with Antonio Silva, and he goes back to Trubin. And now the ball is at the feet of the Dean, Alexander Ba. So there's a nice passing football here, and immediately now Benfica on the attack. Here's Rafa Silva in behind Neres, but Arsnes is coming up behind him. Left hand corner of the penalty area, Fredrik Arsnes cuts in field under pressure by Sterling. Neves to Di Maria, 2 players at much the opposite end of their careers. How much can a player like Neves learn from Di Maria? He wanted a free kick under pressure from Lundstrom, didn't get one, with the ball's out with Neres on the left corner of the penalty area. Anyway, faced up by Tavernier, cuts it back, Neres behind. I'm not sure who that was, but it was Cabral. Yeah, it was indeed. Cleared away though by Suter, and Dessers gets it on halfway. Is immediately surrounded by 3 red shirts, but holds them all off. Not for long though. There's Neves. I'd say one of the most highly thought of young prospects in Portuguese football, just 19 years old, a regular in the midfield for Benfica, the Eagles as they're known. Very old school look to him as well, the shirt tucked into the shorts, and a pair of black and white boots on him. The Rangers now have won the ball back. There is Silva. A few empty seats around the Estadio da Luz. Silva is robbed by Neves. Super tackle by the youngster. On halfway, and Neves just ran, or sorry, Silva just ran past him, complaining to the referee rather than actually trying to win the ball back. Anyway, here it is with Antonio Silva inside his own half. Silva onto the right for Di Maria, back to Ba, and now Silva again. There's Florentino under pressure from Dujon Sterling, who's been a real revelation since signing from Stoke City, the former Chelsea Academy graduate. There's Arsnes on the left hand side, midway inside the Rangers half. Florentino into the centre circle for Neves, everything going through him. Now he plays right onto the right wing for Di Maria. Silva is over there tracking. Di Maria gets a left footed ball in, cleared up into the sky by John Suter, and it takes 1 bounce and out for a corner kick. So 2.5 minutes gone, and the hosts certainly dominating the ball, and they have the first corner of the evening. And it's going to be Angel Di Maria to take it, a left footed in swinger from the Argentinian international. has now retired from international football, and it comes right on top of the goalkeeper, away by Goldson in his own 6-yard box, comes straight back out to Di Maria, who delivers again left-footed, and away again, this time by Suter up in the air, and Butland all in yellow comes and claims it. So they'll be hoping to claim an outside shot at the England squad for the Euros. Somewhat fallen out of favour with Gareth Southgate, but has been rock solid as a number one for Rangers since his move at the beginning of the season. Still very much an outside bet, but certainly he's putting his hand up to go to Germany this summer. Tavernier now looking for Silva on the left hand side, well away by Ba, and there's Florentino now midway inside his own half. Rafa Silva, he's a real playmaker in this side, and he jinks around Lundstrom and plays a nice pass out right to Di Maria midway inside the Rangers half, down the right hand touchline, cuts in right hand corner of the box. Di Maria thought about a shot, tried to find Rafa Silva, and then a couple of players collide with the referee. Play continues though. Neres, Tavernier over the top of him, thought there was a foul. Neres with save, batted away well by Butland. Neres will come back to it, cuts it across, away by Goldson, and Diamonde completes the clearance, not totally, that looked offside from Neres when he got a header down from Florentino. Nothing given yet. There's the ball in from Di Maria into the gloves of Butland, so Rangers survived that one. The referee's okay too. He got caught in a bit of a sandwich, I think it was, between Lundstrom and Florentino on the edge of the box, but there goes on Yilmaz. That's poor block by Neves, and it'll drop for Antonio Silva, the centre half. Florentino, Rafa Silva back to João Neves. Lovely flick from Rafa Silva. Benfica in this opening 5 minutes playing with a lot of confidence. Not exactly the confidence of a side that were just thumped by their bitter rivals at the weekend. They're obviously out to prove a point. There's Rafa Silva now out on the right hand side for Di Maria. Cross deflected, looking for Cabral, but it'll go out for another corner. Second one of the game after just 5 minutes for the hosts. Rangers struggling to get out of their own penalty area, let alone their own half. Butland there, we're getting our look out, forced into a good save with a vicious shot it was, the left foot of David Neres. And Roger Schmidt, hands to the head, he thought maybe there was an early goal, but wouldn't rule it out. Di Maria now again with a left footed in swinger, right in on top of everybody, and again it's well away, this time by Lundstrom. But it loops up into the air and out for another corner kick to Benfica, but there's a Rangers man down on the ground there. Cabral was given Suter a bit of a seeing to there, but in comes the corner again. Di Maria, he's whipping them right in on top. This time Noah takes a flick off a Benfica head, I think it was Cabral, out for a goal kick, and Rangers can breathe. Can they get the ball up into their own, or out of their own half, should I say, into the Benfica half? They haven't been able to in the opening 6 minutes here, but perhaps that was expected given the hostile surroundings and the Benfica side, as I say, who are looking to bounce back. But some of their fans certainly have not answered a rallying cry. There are a lot of empty seats around the Stadio da Luz tonight. The visit of the Scottish League leaders clearly not capturing the imagination. Here is Fabio Silva, left hand corner of the box, lovely overlap and run there from Diamonde to the byline, cuts it back, Diamonde to Lawrence. It's 1-0 Rangers, their first attack of the game, and a header from Tom Lawrence into the bottom corner, and after 7 minutes it's Benfica 0, Rangers 1. A super work down the left hand side there. Diamonde got to the byline, cuts it back for Tom Lawrence, who met it with his head unmarked into the bottom corner, and Rangers, who have been under pressure for the opening 6-7 minutes here, they have a goal, and that gives their travelling support, their large travelling support high up in the gods here, something to shout about. Well, there is maybe, I don't know if there's going to be a VAR look at that. It looked like there might have been a hand from Diamonde in the build-up, but it's lovely work between him and Silva. Cuts it back to Lawrence, who's basically on this penalty spot. Nobody in red picks him up. He sort of drifts in between the defence and midfield there to get on the end of that, and Trubin can't come across his goal quick enough. Orsnes trying to block it, he couldn't get ahead to it, and it's into the bottom corner. So doesn't look like there is going to be a VAR check, and Tom Lawrence has given Rangers an early lead. What a start for Philippe Clement's men. Benfica ready to get going here. That potential handball from Mohamed Diamonde has clearly gone under the radar. Nobody spotted it. And Rangers have the lead. They're under the cosh in these opening few minutes, but with their first attack, they have a goal. And this wonderful European run that they've been on this season looks like it could continue. Cabral catches Diamonde there with a bit of a flailing arm as he tried to progress down the left touchline. The big Brazilian forward not too happy about it, but he's certainly, well, not just an arm, it's an elbow in the face of Mohamed Diamonde. And a very sizable elbow at that, so I'm sure Vorian felt that one. Philip Clement, we see, just giving some instructions to John Lundstrom. Goodness me, he must be thrilled. Diamonde's still on the ground there. I don't know if he's going to be seeing a few stars spinning around his head. He is back on his feet now. Tobias Steeler just having a word with him to see if he's okay. But my goodness, those Rangers fans who have travelled out to Lisbon, they're more than okay. What a start for their side. In case you missed it here, Tom Lawrence has given Rangers the early lead at the Estadio da Luz. Benfica 0, Rangers 1. Benfica had Rangers under the cosh from the first whistle, but on their first attack, the Gers go up the other end. Now here's Lawrence again on the turn, hits one. That one's saved by Trubin. Not a bad effort by the Welshman. Gets a bit of round of applause from Cyril Dessers, who was in front of him. Turned away from Antonio Silva and hit a shot that was dipping and bounced in front of Trubin. The Benfica stopper was equal to it. An awkward one for him, but he held on firm. Now what do Benfica have in response? Well, Orsnes has given it away to Sterling. Dessers tried to find Sterling again, but too many red shirts in there, and Orsnes can clear. Here's João Neves and Florentino battling with Lawrence, and eventually it comes out off the Rangers man out for a throw. Two balls come back down on Orsnes there, so he has to pick one of them to play with. There's already a bit of urgency about Benfica's play. They had been on a great run as well, and then the past couple of weeks just have not been fun for them. More on that in a moment here, because Yilmaz has it for Rangers and hits one left-footed, but high and wide over the top of Trubin's goal. Last week before that 5-0 thumping at the hands of Porto, they lost 2-1 to their bitter city rivals Sporting in the semi-final of the Taça de Portugal, the Portuguese FA Cup. So 2 defeats in quick succession to 2 rivals. Not a great recipe to come in to a Europa League last 16 tie. Here's Neres now on the left hand side. Neves midway inside the Rangers half, chips it forward for Di Maria, who got a touch on it but couldn't keep it in, was always stretching the Argentinian. And that's out for a goal kick, which I'm sure Jack Butland won't exactly be in too much of a hurry to take already. Now here's Rangers on the ball. Ball's back at the feet of Trubin, and he rolls it out to Otamendi, the captain, who, as I said at the weekend there, was sent off in that game. Not exactly a leader's performance whenever you need them most. Now here's Benfica coming away with Neres to Orsnes on the left hand side, midway inside the Rangers half. He's trying to get past Sterling. Super work by Dujon Sterling. I said just about how much of a real find he has been since joining from Stoke City in the summer. Can play and has played just about every position on the pitch for Rangers. He seems to be in more of a right winger role tonight, but tracking back there and then winning the free kick, fouled by Neres. Tom Lawrence was complaining there a minute ago of being trodden on by Antonio Silva. Certainly looks sore, but no free kick given by a German referee to Tobias Stieler. Here's Neves. Back to Antonio Silva, midway inside his own half. Neves again. Right, left to Orsnes, left hand side. Good overlapping run there from Neres past Tavernier, looking for the far corner save. Cabral, oh, and it somehow stayed out. What a save, a double save it was from Jack Butland. The initial effort from Neres was well saved. The rebound fell to Artur Cabral, and somehow, I'm going to see now, Butland managed to keep that one out. Well, it was a brave block in the end from John Suter, actually, that deflected it into the gloves of Butland. So superb defensive work there from the Scotland international that keeps this game as a 1-goal lead for Rangers. Rangers now have a corner. The hosts aren't happy with that, but it's a corner kick for the visitors. And that was a superb goalkeeping and defending there between Butland and Suter. Butland twice and Suter blocking the rebound. We're going to see the first Rangers corner of the night here on 15 minutes. The left foot right swinger it will be from the Turkish international Rıdvan Yılmaz. Comes now. Good delivery, headed away though by Neves, and helped on its way by Rafa Silva. Lundstrom gets there before Di Maria, nods it forward for Silva to chase, Fabio Silva that is, but out for a goal kick, and Anatole Trubin already has another ball at his feet ready to get this game going again. There's certainly a sense of urgency already with Benfica. Just get a look there. Neres it was with the initial effort. Looking for the far corner. Butland stretching, did superbly well to parry it. It came to Cabral, and Goldson and Suter threw themselves at it. I think the deflection came off Suter and into the gloves of Butland, who was still on the ground at the time. Could have gone anywhere, but fortunately for Rangers it worked out well. Sterling now going to test the pace of Otamendi, but the experienced Argentinian beats him to it and goes back to Trubin. And Neves from the edge of his own box will try to get Benfica going. Here's Florentino. Di Maria on the touchline on the halfway line. Good block by Yilmaz. Throw into Benfica. Di Maria back to Antonio Silva. 3 Silvas on the pitch tonight. There's Antonio and Rafa for Benfica and Fabio for Rangers, and I'll try and differentiate for them throughout the game. Here's Antonio now on the ball. Lawrence closes him down, so he goes to Ba, he goes back to Trubin. All in black. The Ukrainian, one of Ukraine have a couple of good options in goalkeeper. You think of him, Andrei Lunin, who's currently keeping Kepa out of the Real Madrid side. Trubin signed start of the season from Shakhtar Donetsk. There's Neves now to Antonio Silva. Back to the young midfielder who pings a quarterback style pass out to Orsnes down the left touchline, getting forward, beats Tavernier. Tavernier gets it into Neres. Sterling's there, Neres goes down, and immediate wag of the finger from Tobias Stieler, no penalty. Good strong defending that was by Dujon Sterling. Going back to cover after his captain had been beaten a little bit too easily by Frederic Orsnes. And nothing, certainly nothing in that one. A shoulder to shoulder between the two, and the Rangers man came out stronger. So goal kick it is to the visitors. 17 minutes gone here at the Stadio de Luz in Lisbon. You're listening to live flash score UK UEFA Europa League last 16 action. It's Benfica 0, Rangers 1. Mark Strange here with you, guiding you through it as Yilmaz sends a good ball forward to Dessers. Back to Lawrence in the centre circle. Tom Lawrence now does a bit of a circle himself, a bit of a exaggerated Cruyff turn there from the Welshman. Goes back to Goldson now. Now to Suter, who's blocked right in front of his goalkeeper. Let's preserve this early lead for Rangers. There's Goldson socked around the shins forward for Dessers. Good header away by Otamendi. Ooh, he gets it back from Neves. Don't think he wanted it under pressure by Dessers, and he has to volley it out for a throw-in. Nicolas Otamendi. Sharon Neves nodding the ball back to his captain, but I think there's a bit of a knock down really. Under pressure there, but he gets it away. So, there's a pass from Suter almost picked off by Di Maria, but it reaches Yilmaz. Now Fabio Silva taking on his namesake Antonio, gets the ball into the back post. Sterling is there, takes it on the chest right at the far side, cuts it back, and Otamendi's there. Far too much room for Dujon Sterling, but Otamendi cuts out his cross. Now Neres go test the base of James Tavernier and just sprints past him, but a dreadful ball is easily read by Suter, and now it's back with Butland, who sends it up the pitch left footed. That was really poor by David Neres. He done outpaced James Tavernier, but his ball in the end was lacking to say the least. Here is Otamendi, short sleeves and gloves. I think that's a bit of a strange look, but no matter. Here's Antonio Silva on halfway. Like the Di Maria hugging that right touchline midway inside the Rangers half. He's got a bit of room there. Yilmaz tucked in, but Florentino has it in the middle instead for Benfica. Now he looks up and clips one out there to Di Maria, takes it on the chest, faced up by Yilmaz. Di Maria gets to the byline. Good work from Yilmaz, stuck with his man, but it's at the concession of a corner. But that's good, solid defensive work there from the Turkish international Rıdvan Yilmaz. Stick with Angel Di Maria, and again we've got two balls in the pitch now, much to Di Maria's frustration as he tries to take the corner. Let's go in our left for an inswinger. Fourth corner already for Benfica compared to Rangers 1. And again he puts it right in on top of everybody, and that one reached the back post for Neres. He just couldn't make good contact. It's out for a goal kick. He was in swinging corners from Di Maria. It's like artillery fire in there on Rangers 6-yard box, and David Neres ghosted to the back post but couldn't make nearly good enough contact, and chance goes begging. We're getting another look at that coming together between Neres and Sterling. Tobias Steeler just shaking his head, and I would be inclined to agree with him on that one. Would have been a very harsh penalty had it been given. Benfica back in the ball with Neves midway inside his own half. Antonio Silva rolls it laterally to centre half partner Otamendi. Over halfway now for Frederic Orsnes, who's more of a midfielder by trade but operating as a full-back this evening. There's Neves in the centre circle. Options in red ahead of him. Benfica dominating the ball. More corners. Less goals. Here's Rafa Silva on the edge of the box. Dances away from Diamonde. Rafa Silva tight in the box there. Cabral. Shot blocked. Another corner. It's off Yilmaz again. As Artur Cabral tried to get a shot or a crossaway, not quite sure which, but again Yilmaz sticking to his task really well there. And that's a corner kick, the fifth one of the night now for Benfica, and again it's an in-swinger of Di Maria, and again it's headed away, this time by Goldson, and it'll go back out for a throw-in line with the edge of the 18-yard box, which Di Maria plays short to João Neves. Skips away from Fabio Silva. Lovely little dink by Florentino, but well read by Yilmaz. And that's out for a throw-in to Rangers as Florentino nips it off the toes of Rıdvan Yilmaz. 22 minutes gone here. Benfica 0, Rangers 1. Tom Lawrence's early goal for Rangers in the 7th minute after Benfica had a bit of a early pressure. The first real chance for Rangers, and Lawrence got his head onto the cutback from Mohamed Diamonde. Claims a handball there against Otamendi, but touches off the chest. Diamonde intercepts the pass, but Neves plays it back to Trubin. He rolls it to Florentino midway inside his own half, and now there's Di Maria. Good challenge though on him. Fabio Silva, man on, but oh well, foul on Fabio Silva by Alexander Ba, says Tobias Steeler. Fair to say from his facial expressions there that the Danish right back does not agree with the decision, but the referee sticks with it. He just sort of stepped across Fabio Silva and shouldered him out of the way. Free kick it is to Rangers, which they've taken here. Now the ball finds its way out to James Tavernier on the right. That's poor. Straight to Otamendi. He sends it straight back to Goldson. Now Lundstrom in the centre circle. Bit of a tug back there from Cabral, but he gets the pass to Sterling, faced up by Orsnes, who does a good job winning that back throw in to Rangers. On the right hand side, midway inside the Benfica half, Tavernier will take it in front of the Benfica coach Roger Schmidt. And immediately gives it away. Now Cabral in the centre circle for Benfica. Holds off the challenge of Lawrence and lays off Florentino. And here's David Neres on the halfway line, but he'll get his skates on now and head down the left touchline. He's rapid as the Brazilian. Here's Rafa Silva now, left hand corner of the penalty area. Leaves it for Orsnes. Back to Rafa Silva. Back to Orsnes. Back to Rafa Silva, having their own little game on the edge of the box. And they invite Cabral to get involved. Neres with the ball in, headed away. Here's Ba on the right hand side, midway inside the Rangers half. Bit of a risky pass there back to Otamendi as Desser's lurking, but it's with Neves now, who's coming out left, midway inside the Rangers half. Neves to Antonio Silva. It's a back off Ba. Benfica dominating the ball again here. Rangers well organised, everyone except Dessers now behind the ball, and even he now has come back into the defensive shape. There's Otamendi, clips one out there to Ba on the right touchline, line with the edge 18-yard box. Shimmies past Fabio Silva, gets a nice one back from Florentino. Ba into the box, cuts it back. Neres in the edge of the box, poor touch from him. He still has it, but the chance might have gone. Orsnes, left hand corner of the box, tries to whip one in there, and it's wide. And really, you have to think that heavy touch there from David Neres was what took that chance away from Benfica. And Orsnes, well, he went for what would have been the sublime effort from the left hand corner of the penalty area. And a shot was never going to trouble Butland. Oh, and it's been given as a corner actually. Another corner for Benfica. So might get something like this yet. Di Maria whips one in again right on top. And again Rangers away. Suter. And then Fabio Silva completes the clearance. Neves back to Ba on halfway. And now Orsnes. A little bit of a surprise corner. I didn't see the deflection on it, but now it's out left with Rafa Silva. Florentino. Neres, Florentino midway inside the Rangers half, under pressure from Lawrence, lays it off to João Neves. Running sideways under pressure from Dessers, and gets a bit of a nudge from Dessers, but advantage play. Antonio Silva now. Otamendi all the way back inside his own half, but he'll get it forward to Neves, who's immediately under pressure for Sterling, and Rangers have forced Benfica back, and they've won it back now. Dessers to Lawrence in the centre circle. He skips over the outstretched leg of Neves, looks for Sterling. Ooh, and that was a bit of a late one from Dijon. Sterling on Nicolas Otamendi, and he's going to become the first man to receive a card. He just took a bit of a heavy touch there, Sterling. He knew exactly the sort of challenge I'm describing, and just sort of lunged into Nicolas Otamendi, who at first glance appeared to have milked it slightly, but we'll maybe see a replay. We'll see if Sterling is perhaps lucky to only get a yellow. Let's have a look. No, his foot's not high. That's maybe the thing that saves him from a red there, but certainly he's overrun the ball, and that's caught Nicolas Otamendi as the rain starts coming down here in the Portuguese capital. 27 minutes gone at the Stadio da Luz. It's Benfica 0, Rangers 1. Tom Lawrence with the early goal for the visitors. That's Neves on halfway to Orsnes. He pings one out right there to find Di Maria and puts it right on his foot, and Di Maria hooks into the path of Ba, who's got forward there. A bit of a heavy touch, and Ba, he tried to volley it across, and out for a goal kick it goes. And Benfica have certainly dominated the ball, but just haven't really looked dangerous enough to trouble Rangers. So we're going to look here at Tom Lawrence's goal. A nice cut back from the byline by Mohamed Diamonde. Picked out the Welshman, who got into a pocket of space in the penalty area. His header into the bottom corner past Anatole Trubin. So we're going to get back underway here, that free kick which Otamendi takes and then gets it back from Orsnes. Here's Antonio Silva. Otamendi midway inside his own half. Otamendi sends it long to Orsnes. Tavernier wins the header, but will drop for Cabral on the edge of the box. Orsnes left corner of the penalty area now. Di Maria goes down and are challenged by Lundstrom and he gets the free kick. I think he's going to be a little bit fortunate there on Angel Di Maria. As again, that looked at one maybe that he knew he had maybe lost control of that ball, but when you see it again, Lundstrom does clip his ankle despite the Liverpudlian midfielders' protests. So it's a free kick to Benfica, certainly well within shooting range as Jack Butland organises his wall. He's got the right foot of João Neves and the left of Angel Di Maria standing over this one. It's a four-man Rangers wall of Tavernier, Suter, Lundstrom and Lawrence make up that one. It's Orsnes and Florentino add a little Benfica extender onto the end to try and obscure the view of Jack Butland. So it's going to be either Neves or Di Maria to hit this one. Di Maria left footed, he does get it past the wall, but was always curling away from Butland's goal. Disappointing effort there from Angel Di Maria. Now look here, he placed it well, pretty much to perfection actually. Frederick Orsnes just ducked one over his head, but the effort was always spinning and curling away from the goal. But Rangers have gifted Benfica possession back there. A poor pass by Connor Goldson that Philippe Clement looks frustrated with. A throw in from Orsnes. Another Benfica throw slightly further up the pitch as Diamonde nicks it off Rafa Silva's toes. Orsnes with ball in hand into Cabral. Ball bouncing around in there, and who got come off last? It come off Cabral. Goal kick Rangers. We've hit the half-hour mark here at the Estadio da Luz. You're listening to UEFA Europa League. Last 16, first leg action. Benfica 0, Rangers 1 on the half-hour mark here. Ball back to the feet of Antonio Silva. On halfway for the hosts. Looking for his options ahead of him, not really seeing any, so goes short to Florentino. He finds Di Maria, who goes back to Florentino, now clipped into the penalty area there, looking for Neres, but too long for the Brazilian and into the gleeful hands of Jack Butland. He rolls out to Yilmaz. Lundstrom then gives it back to his goalie. Pressure from Rafa Silva that sends one long left-footed. Header won by Ba over Fabio Silva, but will drop for the former Porto man. And he goes back to Goldson, who then goes back to Butland again. Rangers happy to pass the ball around the edge of their own box, but under pressure there they send it forward looking for Dessers, and he lays it off well to Fabio Silva. A few white and blue shirts coming forward here now. Good interception by João Neves, but it'll break for Lawrence. Back to Silva. Otamendi gets in the way, still going Fabio Silva. Now Sterling and Florentino collide, and that's a free kick to Rangers. Very much in a shootable position here, around 25 yards from goal central. Florentino not happy with the decision, but Tobias Steeler as the judge that he was the guilty party there, and yep, you can certainly see why. Trying to come through the back of Dujon Sterling. Got nowhere near the ball in the end. So free kick to Rangers. Anatole Trubin is now building his wall in front of it. We've got their captain, set piece expert James Tavernier. There's the rain really coming down now here in Lisbon. The right foot of Tavernier and also the left foot of Ridvan Yilmaz. Both standing over this one. Benfica, they've got a 5-man wall plus the draft excluders are called, which is Rafa Silva lying down behind the wall. So taking no chances here. Tavernier's right foot or Yilmaz's left foot. Who will it be? It's going to be Tavernier. Oh, straight into the wall, and away it goes out for a throw into Rangers. Disappointing. That's almost the problem of a free kick that close in a way. You have to get it up and down very quickly. Instead he hit that one straight into the wall and straight off the forehead of Artur Cabral. I'm sure he's feeling that one. Tavernier's now over to take the throw in. Rangers still do have possession. Midway inside the Benfica half. Tavernier into Lawrence, who immediately has Florentino on his case. Lundstrom giving away to Neres, but heavy touch gives it back to Rangers. Tavernier wins the throw in off of David Neres. Take that in front of a soaking wet Roger Schmidt. Get a look, the rain really coming down hard here in the Portuguese capital. Tavernier, long throw into the corner for Sterling, who stumbles and lets Orsnes get in there. Lundstrom wins a header, and a Diamonde with a bit of a overhead kick style pass, well read though by Florentino. It's going to be out for a throw in to Rangers, and even the referee having to wipe the rain out of his face. It's really coming down heavy here. Of course, with the quality of pitches these days, absolutely no issues with it, although there's a slip from Baha that almost let Fabio Silva in. Antonio Silva thought he was caught by his namesake Fabio, and at very late notice the referee agrees with him. Oh, and in the meantime now Angel Di Maria has shoved Ruud van Yilmaz to the ground and attempted to go at the ball, and he's going to get a booking from Tobias Steeler. And the Benfica players are furious with that decision. Now, I don't know whether he has overturned the free kick or not, but yeah, that's not clever from Di Maria. And now all of a sudden we've got a bit of argy-bargy here, the two teams coming together, namely Cabral and Goldson I think started that one, and the two of them are still mouthing off at each other. So the initial one was a foul by Fabio Silva of Rangers on his namesake Antonio. Just sort of clipped him as the Benfica defender was clearing the ball. A late call from the referee, and while the ball was rolling away, Angel Di Maria was give a push to Ruud van Yilmaz, and now I can see how it all started there, as Arturo Cabral went over to Ruud van Yilmaz and let him know under no uncertain circumstances to get up, and Mohamed Diamonde initially took umbrage to that, and then everyone else got involved and ended up with Goldson and Cabral having a bit of a push and shoving match. But the free kick was not in fact overturned, so Benfica play out from midway inside their own half, and of course it's João Neves. And an uncharacteristically poor pass from him to Orsnes. I'm not sure if the Norwegian really slipped on the wet turf, but it's a throw in the Rangers nonetheless. This is the third time these two sides have ever met. They were in the same group, same Europa League group, in the 2020-21 season. Of course, that was the year of the COVID season, as it's known now, so there were no supporters in the ground. Yilmaz's cross is blocked there for a corner. Corner kick to Rangers on 35 minutes. Both those games that season finished in draws, very entertaining draws. A 3-all draw here at the Stadio de Luz, and a 2-all draw at Ibrox. So this will be the first time these two sides have ever met in a competitive game in front of spectators, so a somewhat historic matchup, you could say. Yilmaz left foot right swinging corner. João Neves heads it almost straight back to him, but goes out for a throw in right on the corner flag. I think Yilmaz is hoping for a corner kick, but throw in it is. He'll take it short to Diamonde and he gets it back, but his left footed cross is headed away and there's an offside flag up anyway, so waste there from Ruud van Yilmaz and Mohamed Diamonde as there's empty seats at the front of the stand get greater, as I think some people maybe make their way to the back of the stand here to get away from this rain. But here's Orsnes coming down the left touchline for Benfica. He's left Florentino a little short, but Tom Lawrence couldn't resist the nibble. It's a free kick to Benfica. Florentino was into the Rangers dugout to get the ball back. They really are in a hurry here, Benfica, hoping not to add to their recent slump in form that has seen them knocked off the top of the table and beaten in the cup semi-finals. Here's Antonio Silva allowed to wander forward. He gets midway inside the Rangers half. We're laying off to Florentino, and now Neres now left footed pass into the foot here, and that's almost an equaliser, and Di Maria He's claiming he was caught by Connor Goldson. He's still on the ground. Di Maria played through a lovely pass there from David Neres, and Di Maria's short or close range effort smothered by Jack Butland. Di Maria has stayed down, and he is claiming that he was fouled by Connor Goldson, which was the reason why he couldn't get the shot away. Tobias Steeler doesn't agree, and play is continuing here. Benfica have it back with Antonio Silva on halfway, and he spreads one out left. They're looking for Rafa Silva too long, and Di Maria is still down in the 6-yard box, although starting to get to his feet. A beautiful pass, beautifully weighted pass by David Neres. Well, Di Maria got his shot away, and as Goldson came in to try and block it, he certainly did just kick the foot of Di Maria, but for a start he was on his way down already and had already got a shot away. So again, much like the one that Benfica claimed for Dujon Sterling on David Neres, it's been a very harsh penalty indeed. As we approach the last 5 minutes of normal time at the end of the first half here in Lisbon, it's Benfica 0, Rangers 1. Tom Lawrence with the early Rangers goal. They've held on to despite Benfica not having much of the ball, but looking fairly blunt. There's Florentino going in for a challenge with Diamonde, and it comes out the way of Rangers. Throw in right in front of the Benfica dugout. Tavernier to Lawrence, and Tavernier back to Suter, who made a heroic block earlier after Butland had made the save from Orsnes' shot. The ball came out to Arturo Cabral, and Suter jumped in front of him to block, and the ball landed in his goalkeeper's hands. Now Dujon Sterling has robbed Orsnes in the right hand corner, and now he goes down and is immediately told to get up by Tobias Steeler. So it's Rangers this time claiming for the penalty, with Sterling going down on the challenge of Orsnes. And that one from a distance looked, well, no, again to me that's very harsh if it's given. The two of them were sort of going shoulder to shoulder, a bit of coming together, but well, you've seen them given, that's for sure. Ball out there to Ba, who takes one of the most obvious foul throws I've ever seen, but as usual it's not picked up on by the referee. He just threw it straight into the ground. One of those rules that just doesn't seem to be picked up on. Di Maria now on the left flank for Benfica, looking for Orsnes, well read by Sterling, who's back doing defensive work. Now Diamonde gets the better of Florentino and sends the ball down the left for Lawrence to chase. Antonio Silva does an excellent job of coming across to read that one. He tries to send it away for Di Maria to chase, but Yilmaz will beat him to it, and it goes back to Butland. A bit like a basketball game here. Butland's long ball skids off the surface, and Dessers, well, he wasn't expecting to get that. The ball rebounded off Antonio Silva and straight to Dessers, but he couldn't find a white-shirted teammate. And now here come Benfica with Rafa Silva on the edge of the box. Cabral, can he get a shot away? He can. It's deflected, and it will reach the byline despite Jack Butland's best efforts. And that is a corner kick to Benfica. Another one. This time from the other side. They've all been left-footed in-swingers previously from Angel Di Maria. This one's going to be, well, he's actually over there again. I thought it was going to be Neres to take it, but it looks like it's going to be, well, it's played short by Di Maria than Neres. He delivers left-footed. Volleyed away to the edge of the box. Rafa Silva hits one, deflected. Another corner. Well, you can see that one coming to Silva. He knew what he wanted to do, but he couldn't get the ball out of his feet. And Yilmaz was quick out there to block for yet another Benfica corner. They really are racking up a corner count here now, are the hosts, but yet to do anything with them. Angel Di Maria, as we're 42 minutes played here, so a couple of minutes plus stoppage time to go. Di Maria again right on top. Everybody, a ball was around, it might have come off the bar, and again Butland catches it. I'm not really sure whether that was come off Butland's hands or off the upright, but it somehow managed to stay out. It was a Butland save, but then it's your guess as good as mine as to whose shot or whose head it came off. Benfica still coming forward. Rafa Silva, Neres, Tavernier with him. Neres save, and again away. Heroic defending, blocked again. Rangers are just throwing bodies in at this one, and John Lundstrom was one who had blocked it, and now he's down clutching his head. And we'll have to stop play here. My goodness me, Jack Butland with a dreadful throw out, looking for Yilmaz, went straight to Di Maria. The ball found its way to Neres at the back post. His shot saved by the hand of Jack Butland. And as Florentino went up to try and head it with Lundstrom, he's headed the back of Lundstrom's head. And then when the ball came down, oh, that's a sore one. Yikes, yeah. I don't know how Florentino isn't feeling that one. Maybe it's just the adrenaline. The previous effort, my goodness me. Nicholas Otamendi somehow getting an acrobatic overhead kick away. He's claiming to hit the hand. So the initial one came in. And it's Goldson, I think. It's Suter. So many bodies in there in the 6-yard box. Suter, it hits his hand. It definitely does. Hits Butland's hands up into the air. Otamendi tries a bicycle kick. Blocked by Goldson, and he's claiming a handball. Lundstrom is still down here. It's a Benfica corner unless something changes. Absolute chaos in the Rangers box. That somehow the ball has stayed out of the goal net. Now, Tobias Steeler is certainly, he's trying to listen to somebody speaking in his ear. I don't know if VAR are going to be able to call him back for that one, and there is going to be a penalty check now. I'm assuming it's that one from John Suter. Another Di Maria corner. They have been wicked corners into the 6-yard box at the front post. So many bodies been thrown at it, I couldn't even see who touched it initially. And now Tobias Steer is going to go to the screen at the side of the pitch, so Benfica may be granted a way back into this one right on the stroke of half time. John Suter going up for the header at the front post. He does win the header initially, so we're going to look at what the referee's going to look at, and he heads it into his own arm. It's unfortunate. He's always got his arm up as he's going for the header. That's the one that hits his. He heads it onto his own arm, then up, loops up. Butland palms it away. Otamendi goes to the overhead kick. It's blocked before Benfica come again. Now, I think Rangers could be in a bit of trouble here with this one. It is accidental, but it certainly hits the forearm of John Suter. The clock has ticked over 45, but we're obviously going to have a bit of time added on for this review, and also for the time Lundstrom was down there. What's the referee given? He's given a penalty kick against John Suter. The unfortunate John Suter, as we enter 5 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. So unfortunate for the Rangers defender, but the referee left with no choice. And as we enter stoppage time at the end of the first half, the hosts have the chance to draw level. It's going to be Angel Di Maria, who already has the ball in hand against Jack Butland. It was Di Maria's corner that caused all the chaos. Suter doing a great job throwing his body in there, winning the header, but ultimately, just the way he jumped, heading it against his own arm. And now it's going to be Di Maria versus Butland. Butland now going to the side of his goal to have a drink before Di Maria takes a little bit of mind games there. But an experienced campaigner like Angel Di Maria, I'm sure won't let that bother him. The rain coming down here still in Lisbon. And Benfica with a chance to level on the stroke of half time. Angel Di Maria here with the penalty. Butland's ready. Di Maria's ready. And Butland's not ready. And Butland's going to get a yellow card here for his antics. He's been doing a bit of time wasting, and that's a card for the goalkeeper for not setting on his line ready for the penalty. Now Di Maria to take. Can he level for Benfica? Here he comes. Little stuttering run up. Benfica rolls it into the far corner away from Jack Butland, and Benfica have the equaliser. Not much by way of celebrations. They want the ball back to the halfway line. Di Maria gives a fist pump and his trademark heart symbol with his hand, and Benfica are level right on the stroke of half time. Penalty given by VAR. Unfortunate against John Suter, but the correct decision ultimately. And Angel Di Maria rolls it into the corner. A little short step, stuttering run up, waited for Butland to go, dive to his left, rolled it the other way. And Benfica are level. They certainly have had enough of the ball with being fairly blunt. But they have that leveller, and there's Diamonde. That's clattered into Florentino. And sort of pushes them down, but nothing happens from it. But the game certainly has the potential to maybe bubble over in this second half, particularly if the scorelines remain as tight as they are. Now here's Benfica in behind Rafa Silva. As he stayed on side, he has. Butland's come out to get him. What's the linesman signal for? Oh, offside. Late call by the linesman. Meanwhile, Rafa Silva's in a heap in the penalty area. Butland came out. He looks just offside. Tavernier was slightly behind the rest of the defence, but I think Rafa Silva still went a bit too early, and maybe Jack Butland is breathing a sigh of relief because he did win the ball, I think, but Rafa Silva ended up going down the heap after being clattered by the Rangers goalkeeper, who, as I said, has just received a booking for his attempted mind games from the penalty, which just didn't work at all. Di Maria with a really cool finish. You look at it again, he gave Butland the eyes and rolled it the other way. So a minute, maybe a couple of minutes of added time left here at the end of the first half. Free kick to Rangers now on the left flank, just inside the Benfica half. Foul there by Cabral on Lundstrom. Yeah, nothing there. Well, he is still going to complain, but really the Brazilian has nothing to complain about there. There's Tavernier with ball at feet. He's going to deliver, two hands into the air. White shirts and red shirts lined up just outside the penalty area. Tavernier drifts one in there. Trubin comes out, drops it. Clatters Goldson, who stayed down. Don't know if the referee wants to have a look at that one. Tavernier now, left corner of the penalty area for Fabio Silva. He puts one through the gap, it's in! Rangers have the lead! Who's got the touch? It's Sterling. He's run the way with Fabio Silva. I don't know who's claiming it, but Rangers have scored right on the stroke of half time. Well, there's chaos in the penalty area yet again. Connor Goldson was clattered by Anatoly Trubin as he came for the corner kick. But it was Rangers who played on, Benfica who stopped. And Rangers have the lead here. Fabio Silva's cutback turned in by Dujon Sterling, but how much room did he have in the Benfica penalty area? The Trubin comes out, yeah, he clatters Goldson. Benfica can't get the ball away. Neres gives it to Tavernier. Silva, left corner of the penalty area. And Sterling, what a run. Oh, well, you see it again. The Benfica defence, statuesque. They're all watching the ball. And Sterling just runs through the middle of them from absolutely nowhere. The ball goes behind Cyril Dessers, but in a way it's a good thing he missed it, because there was Sterling. The Benfica defence just went missing, completely missing. And we can see now there's going to be a goal check. I don't really know what for. Cyril Dessers is motioning with his hands, saying about how the goalkeeper basically came out and punched Connor Goldson in the face when trying to get the ball. So I don't really know what Tobias Steeler is looking at here. Everything looked perfectly fine to me. So no goal given. A very quick goal check for whatever it was, and Rangers have the lead. Benfica equalised the beginning of stoppage time, but Rangers are still going to go in here with the lead. Long ball through, looking for Butland. Too long, or looking for Butland. Benfica weren't looking for Butland, but they found him. The ball was looking for Cabral, but too long and easily gathered by the Rangers goalkeeper. We've played 2 minutes over the 5 added on, but with the stoppages, I'm sure we might still have another minute or so to go at the end of this first half. João Neves, Diamonde, a bit of a high foot, but he wins it off Florentino. Now João Neves wins it back off Fabio Silva. Oh, looking for Cabral, who just was not on the same wavelength as his midfield maestro there. The ball played out right to Sterling. Dujon Sterling, good challenge by João Neves, and now he's gone down. Neves won the ball off Dujon Sterling. Nothing given. In fact, that whistle was for half time. So a chaotic end to the first half here at the Estadio da Luz. Rangers took the lead after just 6 minutes through Tom Lawrence's header. Benfica had most of the ball, where they're pretty blunt. The penalty right on the stroke of half time given after a handball by John Suter was spotted by VAR. We thought the team was going to win level at the break, but Dujon Sterling ghosting through the statuesque Benfica defence to put in the cutback from Fabio Silva at the... Rangers lead coming into the second half 2-1 in a bit of a chaotic first half, you would say. First half they led 1-0 going into first half stoppage time before a VAR given penalty for a handball against John Souttar. And Di Maria dispatched the penalty. We thought it would be 1-1 at the break, but right on the stroke of half time, Dujon Sterling ghosting through the defence to make it 2-1. This is all after Tom Lawrence has given Rangers an early lead. And we're underway here now. Unchanged lineups for both. I'll run through them in a moment. Benfica in their home strip, red, white and red. Rangers in the away strip, white, blue and white. Now Di Maria with a cross in is far too close to Butland, who isn't all in yellow, so that he's in goal for Rangers. Across the back then is captain James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, John Souttar and Ridvan Yilmaz. Midfield three of John Lundstrom, Mohamed Diamande and Tom Lawrence, with Dujon Sterling and Fabio Silva in support of Cyril Dessers up front for Benfica. Anatolai Trubin in goal, back four of Alexander Ba, Antonio Silva, the captain Nicolas Otamendi and Frederic Orsnes, who has ball in hand here to take a throw in on halfway. Midfield then is João Neves, Florentino and Rafa Silva, with David Neres and Angel Di Maria up front alongside Artur Cabral. So our referee today is also, he's a German, Tobias Stieler. As Otamendi was back to Trubin, all in black in the Benfica goal. He rolls it out to Antonio Silva. It's one of three Silvas on the pitch, so I'll make sure I keep you abreast of which one I'm talking about. Throw in to Benfica as Ba plays that one off Yilmaz and then looks for a long throw, which is well read by James Tavernier, who comes all the way over from right back to win that one. Neves lets it run across him. Good work from him. Oh, the pass is just a bit long for Di Maria, and it'll roll through for Butland. He rolls it out to Souttar. As I said, was the unfortunate man who gave away the penalty, but really after looking at VAR, no complaints. Now here's Neres, left corner of the penalty area. Super defensive work from Diamande. That was absolutely brilliant. Just used his body to get across the front, but Benfica have it back now. Sterling has given it away to Neres, who's in the corner, left corner. Ball has gone out of play, and there's a throw in to Rangers. A fairly sparse crowd here at the Estadio da Luz, plenty of empty seats. As I said earlier, perhaps the Scottish League leaders not really pulling the crowds in, or perhaps there's a little bit of apathy following that 5-0 thrashing by Porto at the weekend and the defeat to Sporting last week as well. Benfica now in danger of 3 defeats in a row under their German manager Roger Schmidt. The Rangers looking to recover from a first defeat in 2024. They had won 11 in a row since their Hogmanay defeat to Celtic in the Old Firm on the 30th of December. They'd won 11 in a row in all competitions, competitively anyway. That defeat to Motherwell maybe brought them back down to earth somewhat, but they kept their spot at the top of the table after Celtic also had a shock defeat at the weekend. Not too often you see both Old Firm sides lose in the one weekend, but that's what we had. As Fabio Silva jostles with Florentino and wins a throw in despite the Benfica man's protests. Silva, formerly of Porto. Poor pass from Lundstrom. Rafa Silva's in the box. Back to Neres. Took a touch away from Goldson. Hits a shot. Blocked by Tavernier up into the air. And Neres' next shot out for a corner. Goldson did get a touch on it, but you have to say David Neres probably made it more difficult for himself taking that touch rather than hitting it first time. It was a really poor pass from John Lundstrom that put Ruud van Yilmaz in trouble. Rafa Silva got it back to him. The initial effort blocked by Tavernier, and as Neres and Goldson went for the second ball, as the judge that the Rangers defender got the last touch on it. That's out for a corner to Benfica. In fact, that was overturned. Goal kick given, but Benfica are on the attack again. Di Maria this time giving Yilmaz some trouble. Right hand corner of the penalty area now. Di Maria into the box. Oh, wonderful tackle by Lundstrom. Just stood up strong. Didn't let Di Maria past him. There's Antonio Silva to João Neves. Otamendi and Orsnes. Nice expansive play from Benfica. The rain, by the way, that was teeming down at the end of the first half appears to have stopped, or at least calmed. Here's Antonio Silva midway inside the Rangers half. Looking for Rafa Silva, well read by Diamonde, but Florentino nips it off him. Now back out right with Di Maria. Left foot across in, tantalising one, good header, but it's dropped for Rafa Silva. Diamonde gets in there ahead of Orsnes and gets it away to Fabio Silva in the front of Florentino. And now he's going to give Dessler something to chase to. For Rangers side 2-1 up, hasn't really had a whole lot of joy up there tonight. Cyril Dessers. Rangers have some attacking options at the bench. Kamar Roof, Ross McCausland among others. There's Ba's pass easily read by Lundstrom, and now Fabio Silva comes away. Robbed by João Neves. That's a throw into Rangers in front of the Benfica bench, and the fourth official just telling Ruud van Yilmaz to hurry up and get on with it. Jack Butland was cautioned in the first half for a bit of mind game antics on the penalty, trying to put Angel Di Maria off, but he didn't. Sterling holds off Orsnes and then brings Tavernier into play. Lovely football from Rangers. Tavernier attempted cross block by Orsnes though, and Otamendi and Florentino between them will clear upfield. Now Suter has went for the header, and now Di Maria's in behind, and they stopped. Di Maria put it in the net, but a free kick had already been given. Good finish from Di Maria. He looks a bit incredulous, but John Suter had gone over the back of Artur Cabral there. It was actually over Rafa Silva, who just backed into the Rangers defender, upended him somewhat. Now at the other end, Lundstrom with a cross. Good one it was, looking for Dessers. Otamendi had to be there on alert, and he was to head behind the Benfica captain. Wonderful ball with the left foot of Lundstrom there. And had Otamendi not gotten that was probably 3-1. Dessers right behind him unmarked. Nicolas Otamendi gets his head to it, and that's a corner Rangers. We'll see now. Tavernier to take, right foot right swinger, the Rangers captain. Two hands in the air. And it comes, drifted in there, flicked away by Otamendi. Comes to Yilmaz just inside the box. He scoops it back in there. Dessers wins the header and couldn't keep it down. Dessers get in front of Otamendi this time. Roll reversal, but the Nigerian forward couldn't divert his header goal bound. He might have just strayed offside anyway, so maybe it didn't matter, but just put his header over the top. Florentino gets away from Lawrence, who slips on the still greasy turf, but poor ball from Florentino to Di Maria, and Rangers have it back. Fabio Silva clattered by Florentino, but advantage played by Tobias Steeler as Lawrence comes down the left hand side. Lundstrom, just like a quarterback tonight, pinging passes, but that one doesn't reach Sterling, but he does get the second ball from Orsnes, who then nicks it off Tavernier. So, to me, to you there. João Neves scoops it over the top. Super play from him. Rafa Silva, left corner of the box. Challenged by Tavernier. It's out behind for a corner despite the Rangers captain's protests. And another corner for Benfica. They're really racking up the pressure here on their visitors. So we've played 10 minutes now in this second half. Still a bit of rain coming down here. For the race, Di Maria, he hits it at the edge of the box there like a missile. Rafa Silva into the back post. Oh, and Cabral, had he thrown himself at that, probably had himself an equaliser, a tantalising ball across the middle from Rafa Silva. After Di Maria's left footer corner was like an extra set missile to find him at the edge of the box. It maybe was just a bit too quick. But both Florentino and Cabral were in there, and maybe it was being a bit harsh on Arturo Cabral, but yeah, maybe look back and thought he could have thrown himself at that one, but maybe a little bit too fast for him. Here's Yilmaz, right down the left hand side for Rangers. Looks forward for Dessers. Otamendi wins a good header above him though, and Neves beats Fabio Silva to the loose ball. Here's João Neves. Under pressure from Lawrence. They'll roll it back to Antonio Silva, who plays it laterally to his centre half partner Nicolas Otamendi. Orsnes leaves it for Di Maria just over halfway on the left hand side. Goes in between Sterling and Dessers. Looks for the free kick, nothing given though, and Diamonde will come away with it for Rangers. Plays it forward for Dessers, but just too close to Otamendi. He read it like a book there. And now here's Orsnes coming forward down the left hand side. Frederic Orsnes. Cabral ahead of him. He's been poor tonight, Arturo Cabral, but he does win a corner. Another one off of Connor Goldson it was this time. We put that one behind. So it's going to be a left or right swinger from Angel Di Maria. We have a corner count here now. And it comes from Di Maria, header up and away. That was Benfica's 10th compared to just 3 for Rangers. There's Neres in the right corner under pressure from Lundstrom. Rafa Silva holds off Dessers and then finds Ba, who goes down under a challenge there from Lawrence. Nothing given by the referee, and Rangers look to break, but Orsnes gets there before Fabio Silva. And now it's back out right with Neres for Benfica in line with the edge 18-yard box. Left footed delivery up into the air by Diamonde, and now the ball's bouncing around there. Cabral nicks it off Diamonde's toes, but it's gone backwards. Otamendi to Di Maria, left hand side line with the edge 18-yard box, floats one in to nobody at all, and Yilmaz and Butland are happy to let that one go. Now, well, we're going to look at this one here. Alexander Ba. Ooh, well, there's certainly contact between him and Tom Lawrence. Well, initially I thought it was a bit of a overstated dive by Alexander Ba, but there's certainly contact between them, but nothing given this occasion. Benfica have already had one penalty given by VAR, as now Artur Cabral clatters. Well, that's not clever. Clatters Mohamed Diamonde just with a trailing arm there. The referee helps Dave Orient to his feet. So Benfica denied a second penalty of the night. Now Suter down the line looking for Dessers. Cushion header from Antonio Silva to Ba. Nice tight nick there between Florentino and Neves, and away he comes over halfway, being chased down by Fabio Silva, and he hurdles. A couple of challenges still going. João Neves to David Neres, and Cabral is just not clean from Benfica, but they still have it. Orsnes into the back post. Yilmaz up ahead of Di Maria. Florentino beats Fabio Silva to it. They're going to have a shot blocked. Di Maria will get to it. Right hand side on the byline, gets it into the back post. Header won by Cabral, and it's wide. Butland came for it, and Cabral and Tavernier were both going for the ball at the back post, and the big Brazilian striker for Benfica won the header, but I have to say, João Neves, just so small with such a low centre of gravity, but he is just superb on the ball. Yeah, Cabral, he might actually hit his shoulder or his back as opposed to his head. It does. So not the most clean contact as we hit the hour mark here at the Stadio Toulouse. Benfica 1, Rangers 2 as Rangers come forward. Fabio Silva in the penalty area, save by Trubin at close range for a corner to Rangers. First real chance of the second half for the Jers there. It was Lawrence who set up Silva, who went past his namesake Antonio as well as Ba. Got the left footed shot away, not much backlift to it, but forced Trubin into a good save and gets a round of applause from his manager, Philippe Clément. And it's going to be Yilmaz with a left footed right swinger, the Turkish international. Good delivery it is. 2 and met by Goldson on the volley, but couldn't steer it goal bound. He thought there should have been a corner kick there, but goal kick is given, and Nicolas Otamendi was on the ground but is now back to his feet. All out left with Orsnes now, and he goes back to Otamendi. And Antonio Silva on the edge of his own box. And well, they're going to make it go back to the goalkeeper, who then rolls it back to Antonio Silva, who goes back to Trubin. Now Otamendi will voyage forward, but instead just goes sideways to Orsnes, who has a 1-2 in Neves, and they go back to Trubin, and that's not the most inspiring stuff. A lovely touch there by Neves, and this time he looked like he was caught by Diamonde. He was indeed. Free kick to Benfica, and the Rangers man doesn't want to give the ball away, so potential for another little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing this time. Free kick though to Benfica. We are readying a sub. Who that is, I will tell you shortly whenever I get a look at him, but for now Di Maria looks for Rafa Silva. Yilmaz slips but gets it away. Florentino back to Antonio Silva on halfway, the Benfica centre half. João Neves dinks one over the top. Rafa Silva trying to get between the Rangers centre halves, but Goldson out for a throw in, which Ba is ready to take with ball in hand. But we are going to see that Benfica, oh no we're not, we're going to see Benfica play, and they played it poorly as Ba and Di Maria between them lose it. Now Lawrence comes away, nice skill, get away from João Neves, but now Neres, crucial difference there, wins it back. Florentino clips one out right to Di Maria, faced up with Yilmaz, goes back to Ba, midway inside the Rangers half. Alexander Ba, right to Di Maria. Left footed delivery is a good one, but there's Cabral beaten to it again by Goldson. Ball out for a throw in, and still Benfica waiting to make that sub, but they're also determined to get these throw ins taken quickly. Ba blocked by Yilmaz. I don't know if that's a throw, it is another one. And again, that sub, who by the way is the Brazilian forward Marcos Leonardo, still waiting to come on. Otamendi out left to Orsnes, faced up by Tavernier. Midway inside the Rangers half now, goes back to João Neves. Cabral comes short for it, he's had a frustrating night. Di Maria over the top, good run by Orsnes to the byline. Frederick Orsnes gets it across, Cabral slips, and that just sums up his night. Ba gets to the back post now, beats Lundstrom, back to David Neres, and he screws his shot wide, and oh, it stayed in. Look at the spin on that. Orsnes has picked it up on the left hand side. Delivery, and that one's poor, over the top of everybody, and despite his efforts, David Neres will not keep that one in. And that's a goal kick to Rangers. And it is going to be Artur Cabral's evening over. He was one of the changes from that 5-0 defeat to Porto. He came in for the Danish striker Kasper Tengstedt, who is still on the bench. This time it's going to be the Brazilian Marcos Leonardo, who is on for his countryman Artur Cabral, who, it's fair to say, he's had a frustrating evening. He's gone after 65 minutes. Tavernier now crossfield finds Lawrence, left hand corner of the penalty area. Ba follows him, and his pass to Lundstrom is a poor one, and Benfica have it back. There's Leonardo involved immediately. Good sliding tackle on him though by Suter. Throw into Rangers on halfway, or sorry, throw into Benfica on halfway. Antonio Silva on the halfway line. Ba, back to Silva. Ba, Antonio Silva again. Strides over halfway. Benfica with almost 60% of possession. Di Maria. Rafa Silva gets himself a nice little pocket of space. Gets to the byline, chased there by Lundstrom, cuts it back and away. Well away by Tavernier. That was the one that could have been dangerous, could have been an own goal territory, but Tavernier managed to steer it away. Good skill by Fabio Silva, but he's blocked by his namesake Antonio, and that's a throw in to Rangers on the left hand side, right on halfway. Let's get a look at Artur Cabral sitting on the bench, not looking overly impressed. Had a frustrating night, as I said. Yilmaz will throw in over the head of Fabio Silva, away by Ba. Diamonde is in there and inadvertently finds Dessers, but his poor control gives Otamendi a chance to wallop it forward. Advantage played as David Neres thought he was fouled by Diamonde, but João Neves was definitely fouled that time at Ridvan Yilmaz, and that's a booking for Rangers' Turkish left back. A poor challenge there from Yilmaz. He sides down João Neves. Nothing that he could complain about there. So free kick to Benfica. It's a free kick given, though, to the host for a foul there by Fabio Silva. We'll go back to Trubin in goal. He rolls out to Otamendi. So a penalty and an own goal. I've got Benfica level in this game. They've come from behind twice. And now they're looking to go ahead for the first time tonight. Baz passed though to Rafa Silva as well, picked up by Lundstrom. Yilmaz under pressure there, but gets it away. Now here's Sterling. He put Rangers ahead at 2-1. Can he help them get 3-2 ahead? Looks for Dessers, but well read by Otamendi. And now Fabio Silva now lays off Lundstrom, who was just a little bit too laborious on the ball, and Benfica won it back, and Di Maria sprinting down over halfway. He's got support with him, Di Maria. Rafa Silva to his right, he cuts it back, Di Maria wide. Oh, Rangers let off there. Poor effort by Angel Di Maria. There was a rapid counter from Benfica, and when Rafa Silva cut it back to Angel Di Maria, who started the whole counter attack, he and Marcos Leonardo robbing John Lundstrom, and the cutback was a good one, but Di Maria just got his feet all wrong and shanked it wide. 70 minutes gone now at the Estadio de Luz. You're listening to Europa League round of 16, first leg. Here it's Benfica 2, Rangers 2. Mark Strange with you on the call for this one. Lawrence was looking at a free kick, but nothing doing, says Tobias Steeler. Away come Benfica with João Neves over halfway. Has options in red ahead of him. He uses one, which is Di Maria on the right wing, midway inside the Rangers half. Left footed ball, looking for Orsnes, well read by Tavernier. But it's picked up by Otamendi, and now Neres midway inside the Rangers half. It's out left now to Orsnes. Back to Neres. David Neres dances past a couple of Rangers defenders. Now Benfica happy to keep the ball. João Neves back to Antonio Silva, midway inside the Rangers half again. Now right to Ba. Antonio Silva, Ba. Lovely turn there from Rafa Silva. That's Florentino. 30 yards and goal central. João Neves, Rangers making it difficult for Benfica here. That's Di Maria on the right touchline, faced up with Fabio Silva. Good footwork from him. João Neves around 30 yards from goal central. There's Ba in space on the right hand side. Dummies inside Fabio Silva. He stumbles somewhat though, and that lets Yilmaz come across and just shield that out for a goal kick. I think he's saying he was caught by Alexander Ba as he was trying to shield that out for the goal kick. The Danish defenders over there and happy to apologise, but he did, and he actually he sort of caught Yilmaz in the shin and almost readjusted his shin guard, and it's booking for Alexander Ba. The Benfica fans don't react well to that one, but I think he gave too many complaints. We certainly can't have any complaints about an entertaining game tonight. 72 minutes gone. It's Benfica 2, Rangers 2. Benfica coming from behind twice to level this one with a penalty and an own goal. And for Rangers, Tom Lawrence and Dujon Sterling had them ahead twice. Here's Diamonde midway inside his own half, and his pass goes out of play, but it took a nick of her red shirt on the way, and Lundstrom will take the throw in front of the Benfica bench. Lundstrom, terrible ball, didn't even look, gives away to Neres now, midway inside the Rangers half. Orsnes on the overlap has found some room. Fredrik Orsnes, good block by Goldson in the end. Now Tavernier's jostling with Orsnes in the left corner, but the Norwegian gets past him, gets to the byline. Fredrik Orsnes, deflection. Who did it come off last? It came off the Benfica man. That's a goal kick to Rangers. Orsnes trying to get the better of James Tavernier, and yet it did. It actually crossed the line before Orsnes tried to cut it back. Goal kick taken short. It's now with Tavernier, the Rangers captain, who plays one down the line, header one by Otamendi, but he redirects it to Fabio Silva. Now Lundstrom. Heavy touch by Lundstrom, but he'll get to it. Now Desser's down the left touchline. He's worked hard tonight without much return. He wins a good throw in there off of Antonio Silva, which he'll leave for Yilmaz, who comes trotting forward. There's 3 Rangers subs here. As I can see, our Kemar Roof is one of them. There's a cross for a goal kick from Raskin. That's poor. And now Trubin gets it away to Orsnes. Now Neres back to the Norwegian fullback, João Neves, who always looks so comfortable on the ball. Back to Trubin and Antonio Silva. There's Alexander Ba, midway inside his own half on the right touchline. Back to Antonio Silva. Di Maria to Antonio Silva on halfway. Right footed ball there, quarterback style pass, beautiful. Right under the toe there of Rafa Silva. Overlapping run from Orsnes. Super work there, finds him back heel from Rafa Silva, but then he doesn't do the basics right, and Tavernier intercepts his pass. A more conventional pass there. It's cleared away, but it's going to come right back at Rangers with Florentina. The Rangers are in for a long last 15 minutes here, it seems. Orsnes, crossfield pass looking for Di Maria, finds him despite Fabio Silva's best efforts. Now João Neves midway inside the Benfica half. Di Maria blocked well by Yilmaz because there's another Benfica man going in behind there. It's hoofed clear. Antonio Silva under pressure from Dessers, but he just hooks the ball nicely to João Neves, who then finds his captain Otamendi midway inside his own half, out to the left back Fredrik Orsnes, who cuts infield into the centre circle now. Neves now midway inside the Rangers half. Ba making a run forward, but Neves goes short of Di Maria. Neves to Ba. There's Di Maria to the byline. Left corner of the penalty area. Dinks one in there. No, and Goldson gets a touch, and I think that's a corner, is it? Oh, linesman referee say goal kick. Good work though from Connor Goldson, who was the unfortunate man who scored an own goal to level Benfica for the second time, but that goal kick now means that Rangers will be able to get those subs on. Triple sub coming up. Yeah, looks the right decision. Ball comes off Neres as he was going for it with Goldson. So Dessers comes off. As I say, he's had a quiet night, but has worked hard with very little return. He's gone. Kamar Roof is on for him, so a straight swap up front from Philippe Clément there. The next man to be withdrawn is the man who opened the scoring way back in the 6th minute, Tom Lawrence. And the man who also scored, so both goal scorers coming off now for Rangers, Tom Lawrence and Dujon Sterling. And that will see Ryan Jack and Cole McKinnon come on here now with just over 13 minutes to go. I don't think Tom Lawrence took too happily to being subbed off there, but he and Philippe Clément having some words on the way off. So just to confirm that triple sub for Rangers, because I know sometimes they're a bit of a nightmare to try and remember. It's Dessers, Lawrence and Sterling off. That's Roof, Jack and McKinnon on for Rangers. They've won a throw in immediately. Kamar Roof has, which will be taken here on the left hand side by Fabio Silva. No, he'll leave it for Yilmaz. That's around 25 yards from the byline for the Turkish fullback. He floats one in towards Roof, and the header's forced to be won by Ba, and that's a corner, the Rangers. So already Kamar Roof's presence up there, the Jamaican international, is causing a few problems for Benfica. It's actually a throw in. I thought the referee had signalled for a corner. It's just a throw right in the corner where Yilmaz has the ball. Roof turns, gets it cut back there. Oh, and McKinnon got a foot to it but couldn't direct it goal bound. Fabio Silva down, battling with Di Maria in that corner and losing the battle ultimately, but the deflection will bring it to Diamonde, left corner of the penalty area. Across the face of goal, looking for Tavernier. McKinnon gets to it, cleans it offside from Benfica, nothing given. Tavernier to Jack. Back to Goldson, now Lundstrom. Lundstrom clips it forward, looking for Fabio Silva in the left corner of the box. He takes a good touch and holds off Ba. He needs to be careful, he's in a booking. Lundstrom. Fabio Silva, 1-2 game with Lundstrom. Diamonde, Fabio Silva, left corner of the penalty area, to the edge of the box where Jack is waiting. Now Diamonde cleared away by Benfica. They survived that one. Marcus Leonardo now to Florentino. Di Maria, lovely ball into João Neves, and now can Benfica break on the counter. João Neves, Rafa Silva, and loads of space on the right hand side. There's some red pyro behind that goal there, smoke covering the pitch, but we're playing on. Neres cuts it back, Rafa Silva in there now. There's a shot blocked by Di Maria. It was Goldson that threw himself out. It claims a handball from Benfica. I didn't see it myself. Goldson threw himself at Di Maria's effort as the smoke starts to drift across the pitch. Will Tobias Steeler want to have a look at that one? No, it was actually a combination of the substitute Cole McKinnon and Connor Goldson who blocked that one. There's that red pyrotechnics behind the goal that Jack Butland currently occupy is now filling the Stadio de Luz with. It's like he is in the air. 10 minutes to go here, or 10 minutes of normal time to go. Yilmaz. Oh, lovely layoff. Oh, almost lovely layoff from McKinnon. away from Diamonde, right corner of the penalty area, and Lundstrom has to get a big dangling leg out of that one to just hook it behind for a corner. Another one for Benfica. Incredible amount of corner kicks they've had so far. They've got 13 corners to Rangers 4. In comes this one, Butland. Ooh, sort of flapped at it. Make that 14. Wow. The in-swinging corner, not the most comfortable there for Jack Butland. But he did enough. Didn't really fancy catching it. Perhaps worried his momentum would even take him into the goal, so he palmed it over the bar. So a corner from the other side now. Di Maria to take, a left foot right swinger for the Argentinian, World Cup winner. In it comes Otamendi, a header over. The two Argentinians combining there, and Otamendi got a free header. And any wonder he looked so frustrated with himself? He was given a real chance there. Wasn't able to convert. Going to see now a couple of changes for Benfica and also one for Rangers by the looks of it. Change then for Rangers, I believe that's going to be Nicolas Raskin, the Belgian midfielder, who's coming on for Mohamed Diamonde, who's putting a real good shift. It is indeed Raskin who's on for him. And the sub for Benfica is going to see Alexander Ba, who was on a booking. He's off. And Alvaro Carreras, on loan from Manchester United, is on for him. Another sub there is going to see David Neres' evening done, but I didn't quite see who was on for him. I'll tell you that in a moment. So for Rangers, Diamonde off and Raskin on as Roof tries to battle there with Orsnes. Nicely done there by Florentino. So sent Di Maria away down the right. In it comes. Oh, he drifted to the back post, but it's going to beat everybody to the byline. And a beautifully drifted ball in there from Angel Di Maria. That goes over everybody and out for the goal kick, which Jack Butland is now going to take, and tells everybody to get up the pitch. Doesn't want to see them too close. Other sub, by the way, for Benfica, David Neres is off. And Thiago Gouveia is on for Benfica. So just to clarify those subs in for Rangers, Mohamed Diamonde off, Nicolas Raskin on for Benfica, Alexander Ba and David Neres off for Alvaro Carreras and Thiago Gouveia. With just over 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go here at the Stadio da Luz. Europa League last 16 action here. A real thrilling game. With me, Mark Strange. Benfica 2, Rangers 2. Orsnes now will take a throw into Antonio Silva under pressure by Roof. He puts one high up into the air, and Raskin wins it, but out at the cost of a throw in. Roof certainly putting himself about there, and maybe just left a bit of a mark on Antonio Silva on the way past. Here's Carreras. Here's Di Maria. Di Maria, Orsnes across, and Tavernier. A crucial interception. Now Fabio Silva will pick it up. For those of you maybe, effectively those Manchester United fans wondering, by the way, you're not quite sure who Alvaro Carreras is. Well, he's Alvaro Fernandez Carreras, previously more known as Alvaro Fernandez, but now Alvaro Carreras. So he's a left back here now with Orsnes shifting to the right, and here he is, such a real versatile player, capable of playing in midfield or on both flanks. Throw into Rangers though as Yilmaz and Di Maria come together. Yilmaz had a solid evening at left back. Had to deal with Angel Di Maria, which is not an easy night's work, but he has done it. admirably. There's João Neves trying to battle with Ruth and Fabio Silva. Roger Schmidt claiming his midfielder was fouled, but nothing doing, says Tobias Steeler. So Yilmaz will take the throw in right on halfway. Down the line for Fabio Silva. He does well to win it, but João Neves will come away with it and roll it back to Anatole Trubin. And he tries to get going again with Otamendi. Comes up over halfway for Benfica. Looks for Carreras, finds him, but going to throw in the Rangers or the Benfica. Well, it's a throw in the Rangers. As the last touch come off Carreras. So Tavernier take the throw midway inside his own half on the right hand side. Just over 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go here. 2-2 is the score. Ball hooked away there by João Neves and volleyed clear the second ball that time, and now here come Benfica with a great sliding tackle by Goldson there. Robs Rafa Silva, but Gouveia, the substitute, will pick it up on their left flank, but then gives it away. And now Ryan Jack coming away with it for Rangers. Finds Fabio Silva on that left hand side, stumbles a little bit, then hurdles Di Maria's challenge, looking for Ruth, but Antonio Silva read it well and can clear away to Orsnes. Orsnes, good ball. Almost find Marcus Leonardo, but a crucial interception there by Suter. Throw in to Benfica right in front of their manager Roger Schmidt as well. Not sure who that was. I think it was Raskin that left himself in there on João Neves. Certainly wasn't going to allow him to go for the second ball. There's good work there from Benfica, looking for Rafa Silva. Gouveia was involved. And it's Goldson this time who clears, and Rangers are going to be under siege here, I think, towards the end. Di Maria with a cross is a good one, but Tavernier heads it away. Back out to Orsnes in the right corner. Blocked by Yilmaz. Yet another corner. Or did that go for a throw, maybe? Didn't quite catch the lines of the flag. No, it is indeed going to be a corner. So Benfica into the last minute of the 90 here. Rangers under siege at the Estadio de Luz. It's going to be another left-footed in-swinger from Di Maria. It's a poor one. It goes low on the ground, but nearly worked out. Cleared away by Goldson. And Carreras will go all the way back to the halfway line to pick it up. Is it João Neves? Can he ping a pass? My goodness, he can. What a ball. Otamendi wins a header. Down to Rafa Silva. Oh, he fluffs his lines and slices his attempt at volley over the bar. What a pass. That was from João Neves to pick up Nicolas Otamendi. His knockdown to Rafa Silva on the edge of the box. He was in acres of space. All the Rangers defenders were caught ball watching. They all followed the ball and followed Otamendi. Nobody stuck with Rafa Silva. But despite having all the time in the world, his left-footed volley, he sliced it high and wide. And now we're going to see what sort of added time we're going to get. We're also going to see the introduction here of Ross McCausland for Fabio Silva. He's put in a good shift down that left-hand side tonight. And the young Northern Ireland international who's been a real breakout star for Rangers this year. Wasn't even expected to be playing tonight. It said he was taken off injured in the first half of the weekend's defeat to Motherwell. And was seen leaving Ibrox on crutches, but back training yesterday and will now get to play in these 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. Will we find a winner in this first leg, or will we go back to Ibrox, back to Glasgow next week? Level. Through into Benfica. On the right midway inside their own half. Orsnes throws it all the way back to Trubin in goal. And he rolls it to Antonio Silva. One less Silva on the pitch anyway. Now both Silvas are just playing for Benfica. Otamendi over halfway. Gouveia. And it's out right to Di Maria. Tries to get away from Yilmaz, but he is stuck to his task manfully tonight, and that's a poor pass by Di Maria, but equally poor from McKinnon. And Benfica have it back with Antonio Silva. Plays it lateral along the halfway line to Otamendi, and he strides forward now. Excuse me, ball out left now to Rafa Silva. Tavernier there with him. Goes back to Gouveia. He delivers right-footed header away by Goldson. João Neves is going to come to him 30 yards out. He's going to clip one in, and in the end it was neither cross nor shot. Too long to be a cross and too weak to be a shot, and it was far too easy for Jack Butland just to claim that one. And the way he lay on the ball will suggest that Rangers are quite happy to take a 2-2 draw back to Ibrox. He needs to be careful. He was booked for his time-wasting efforts in the first half for the penalty, but now his long ball has perhaps inadvertently found McCausland. He's into the left corner there with Antonio Silva. The ball beats them both to the touchline. And that's going to be a throw-in to Benfica, despite Raskin's attempts to keep the ball in his hands. Orsnes from deep there. Raskin blocks it, another throw-in, which Orsnes will take, and well, he's taken a fair few liberties there, but the referee is quite happy to let him do so, as he just throws it back to his keeper anyway. Plenty of empty red and white seats around the Stadio Toulouse here as we get into the last couple of minutes. There was a fair few of them at the start anyway. Perhaps not enamoured after that embarrassing defeat at the weekend. As that ball forward is it's stopped on Otamendi is trying to let that go out for a goal kick, but under pressure in Kamar Roof, and the ball held up on the pitch, so he had to play it. Trubin back to Antonio Silva now. There's Orsnes. We've just played just over 3 minutes of the 5 allocated here. Can somebody find a lead to take the Glasgow next week? Good challenge there from Suter on Rafa Silva, and then he's fouled by Di Maria right on the left touchline, and Goldson is remonstrating furiously with the referee, I think, to say that they booked Di Maria. I'm not quite sure why, maybe just an accumulation of fouls. Yeah, it's not a great one from Di Maria, just sort of scything Suter's legs out from underneath him, but it looks like he has escaped the referee's notebook. So, just a minute or so left here at the end of this one. Jack Butland take the free kick over the head of Lundstrom, picked up by João Neves, who's had a super game in midfield. He's a real, you can really see why he is one of the most well thought of young Portuguese talents out there. As Orsnes now robs Yilmaz, a couple of deflections off a Rangers player, throw into Benfica. There's maybe a late sting in the tail here for Rangers. Di Maria into the corner with Yilmaz, and he gets the ball into Rafa Silva. Well dealt with there by Raskin, who is able just to shimmy Rafa Silva out for a goal kick. And I don't think we're quite at last play phase yet. We've still about 15-20 seconds to go, but certainly it looks like it's going to be honours even going to Ibrox next week. As Butland sends the goal kick long up the field, and indeed that is enough from Tobias Steeler. This game is over tonight. A controversial at times and a bit chaotic at times, but an ultimately entertaining game at the Stadio Toulouse, and Rangers have come away with a 2-2 draw. They will take back home to Ibrox next week. They led twice though, so perhaps they thought they should have had more. After Tom Lawrence's early opener was cancelled out with Di Maria's penalty, Rangers still did go in ahead at the break after Dujon Sterling's goal, only for Connor Goldson's own goal in the second half to level for Benfica. They'll probably be frustrated that they won't be taking a victory to Glasgow next week, given how much they dominated possession. But at the end of the proceedings here at the Stadio Toulouse in Lisbon, thanks for joining.